Thank you so much for coming and forging the rain. We've got folks from all over the place that have come to this really awesome venue. This is such a great place. I've sat in your seats many times. I've actually never been up here, so this is like, wow. It's really cool. This is what it's like for those that are awesome, that present, share, MC, etc. So anyway, we're going to have a business meeting, but I'd just like to, it's a fun business meeting. You guys will enjoy it. You won't need to get an extra cup of coffee to stay connected. No, but really what we'll do is I'm just going to share a little bit about the chapter, some of our achievements, kind of what's going on with the president's address, and announce our 2 new elected positions. So thank you very much for coming. We want to thank all of our sponsors. We want to thank the University of California at Irvine and this Beckman Center. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started. This will probably be about 10 minutes, unless I get long-winded and you guys have a lot of questions, which I don't think you will have some. So anyway, the Southern California chapter is one of the 54, I think, chapters of the HIMSS organization, which is a global organization promoting health IT and informatics and health information. So lots of really awesome things going on. Our board of directors and the various positions are listed right here. So the term for some of these are 2 years. The top 3 are 1 year. So I'll be rolling off as president at June 30th. There'll be a great celebration. I'll have to invite you guys. It's great pay doing this stuff here. No. And then Shri will, the president-elect would kind of take over in July. So our year is from July 1st to June 30th. So lots of good stuff. I really appreciate all the board, all of our chapter leaders, and all of our committee chairs. And I think we have like 50 or something, 60 people that volunteer and are part of these committees, might even be up to 70. So it's a huge amount of people putting a lot of time. I mean, all these events right here are just put on by volunteers that have full-time jobs. And we do 6 of these every year. And they're really done excellently. And that's kind of why for the 3 out of the last 4 years, your Southern California HIMSS has won the large chapter HIMSS award of the year compared to all the other chapters. So it's really because of outstanding programs and educational content and things that are done really well. You would think a professional organization was kind of running all these things. Okay, our upcoming programs. We've got the one that we have right now, which is actually sold out, which is awesome. So even though we see a few empty seats here, and we do have a few people that probably may opt to go to work today or do something else, every seat has been sold out. So hopefully we'll get folks coming in. And then we have upcoming, we have an event up in Northern California. It'll be online for us in Southern California, unless you guys want to make the trek up there. Dan is, some of you guys are from Northern California. You could probably just slip over there. It's our first attempt to have a combined chapter patient engagement conference. So that's exciting. And then we're going to next year we're actually going to go partner with the larger HIMSS organization to do a couple of big HIMSS, and then the Southern California chapter, potentially Northern California, to kind of partner together to leverage both of our marketing abilities to really provide as much educational content to as many people as possible with the maximum marketing. And then we have our final event for the calendar year, or at least the fiscal year, is going to be a life science webinar. It'll be at noon on June 11th. So we'll send that information out in the in the weekly email that most of you guys get. Okay, membership update. We're at 2367, up a few ticks from 2291 last month. So we're, basically holding steady. I think we really have an opportunity in Southern California to push organizational membership or organizational affiliate membership. So I think we're going to really try to maximize that. And that's where organizations such as Kaiser Permanente, Scripps, I think Sharp, there's a lot of us have purchased a HIMSS chapter and HIMSS national membership for every employee in the organization. Now, we only have 175,000 employees, but can you imagine what that would do to the HIMSS membership if we all really found a way to, how can we spread the news about all the benefits of HIMSS and joining? So I think that if you guys can really think about, how can we spread that to our organizations. It isn't just for the IT people, it's for clinicians, physicians. Lots of people can benefit from that membership. We're doing great. We've got 200 student memberships. These are real students that are, just out of college and they're in graduate school or they're in college. And it's a one-year membership, but a lot of those are going to be hopefully turning into full-time memberships. Anyway, so just a note on that. We want to congratulate Carl Hill and Toon Pracer-Sit for being elected as the VP of Finance and the VP of Programs starting in July 1st for the next 2 years. So these are 2-year terms. So let's give it up for our two newly elected board members. So we did a survey poll, and we got, let me see, Toon got a 93.9%, well, not approval rating, but thumbs up, and then Carl got a 91.4. That doesn't mean that Toon is better than Carl. They're both awesome. So both important responsibilities. We want to keep the programs going. We want to make sure that we manage the chapter's money fiscally in a responsible way. Here's some information on our Marketing and Communications Committee, social media. So let me see. I think maybe to highlight, we need some work on Instagram. We've only got 18 followers, but our YouTube videos, we put a lot of our videos up on YouTube. And so we're getting quite a number of minutes for that. Also on the bottom left there, top tweet, for some odd reason, I got that one, but I'm not sure what happened when I was at the HIMSS award thing. So, and so we've got some other really great stats here. And we'll post this after so you guys can, and I wanted to put this here because it really shows how compared to some of the other major things going on out in the web, this is, pales in comparison, but we are getting quite a bit of impressions to a lot of the tweets that are going on, which means people are interacting, they're passing it around, they're looking at it. And here's kind of a little bit of an uptick trend on our Twitter followers and kind of what their backgrounds are. So it's kind of fun to track that. Clinical Informatics Committee, I've mentioned that we're sold out, and then we have a wonderful partnership with the American Nursing Informatics Association that we started with this event, and we're going to continue that forward and see how we can partner together. Our Academic Alliance, which is really our student kind of arm of the chapter. We just had a number of many roundtables. This one was at UCLA this last, I believe it was Monday. I participated in that. We had about 25 graduate students or other folks come. And we did kind of like speed dating where 5 students sit at a table with the executive and then they ask, there's kind of a question that will be discussed and everybody gets a chance to kind of interact, and then you do that for 10 minutes, then you go to the next table. So it's a fun event, and all of those that attended joined the chapter. So it's really great. And also, we'd like to make a special mention. I'm not sure who's here today, but we'll bring them up on stage and give them their scholarship check. But I'd like to officially announce our HIMSS SoCal 2015 student scholarship winners: Ashley Winans, Layla Cavazos, Nancy Chu, and Susan Cody. And so this is a total of $9,000 in scholarships that they have earned in either their undergraduate or graduate, MS or a master's or a doctoral program that they qualified for. So it's pretty rigorous. We had a number of applicants that didn't make it, but we'd want to thank you guys, or let's thank these individuals. So one of our more involved and active groups is called the Advocacy Committee. So we've been reporting out at each of our events kind of how what all the many awesome things they've been doing. Anyway, that team went again to Washington, D.C. in March and went and talked to a whole bunch of congressmen and senators, and then they're the people that they front end so that you can't actually talk to them. You got to talk to their staffers and things. But we ended up talking to quite a number of different people about these topics: health IT, telemedicine, ICD-10, et cetera. And then, isn't it amazing? Right after that visit on April 16th, President Obama signed into law the H.R. 2 Medicare Access and CHIP Reauthorization Act, which basically allows providers and payers to continue their efforts to become ICD-10 compliant. Now, we're not saying that it's only because of Southern California HIMSS advocacy, but let's give it up for our advocacy team going out there and moving the needle in Washington, D.C. All right. So anyway, so I do believe that they were one of the components of moving that forward. So that's a good outcome. Okay, sponsorship. once again, we can't operate as a chapter. The money that we make from these programs is just enough to cover, is really our goal is to break even, a little bit in the black there. We're not really into profit and revenue and all that kind of thing. So really our sponsors, those that you guys see that they're going to be out there, please take some time to go interact with them, say hello, kind of find out what they have to offer, because they're actually sponsoring and they actually fund all of our events for the most part here, and all the things that we do. So we want to thank you guys that are sponsors. Most of the sponsors are probably not in the room right now. They're outside, but there may be a few in here. And then also a shout out to Adam Burns, who's going to be taking over a sponsorship chair next year. And here's our sponsors. So we have elite sponsors, premier sponsors, and then we have an event sponsor, M-Modal, they're sponsoring this event. Okay. All right, so last slide, and I'm going to turn it over to Toon. Just a recap to check us out on the web. We have a newsletter, so you should be a weekly email that kind of gives all kinds of stuff about what we're doing in HIMSS SoCal. We also try to let you guys know what's going on in other associations such as HFMA and ACHE and ANIA and AMDIS. If it's healthcare and it's an educational opportunity, we want to make sure that you guys have you guys have a chance to see, so you can manage your schedule. Everybody's really busy in healthcare, so you need to pick and choose what you want to do to make yourself more educated. And then I think a fantastic thing about the HIMSS chapters is you get a chance to network, meet people in various organizations, and that helps your career advancement. Okay, so there's a note about if you want to volunteer, email that address, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I believe that is it. So thank you very much for being a tremendous chapter and awesome members. And I'd like to ask Toon to come on up now, and he's going to introduce our keynote speaker, and we'll get the event going.